For the first time since May, Marc Marquez has been beaten. The 2025 MotoGP Catalunya Grand Prix brought an end to his incredible streak, and it was none other than his younger brother Alex Marquez who delivered the blow. Marc had taken Saturday's sprint race in style and entered Sunday with the luxury of a 182-point cushion in the championship. With that kind of margin, the Lenovo Ducati star knew he didn't need to take unnecessary risks. Still, fans packed into the grandstands of Barcelona's Circuit de Catalunya were treated to a tense family affair as Marc shadowed Alex lap after lap, never quite able to make the decisive move.
Welcome to GP Time. Don't forget to subscribe and press the bell icon for more updates.
Sometimes you just have to accept that someone is faster than you, Marc said after the race, his tone calm and pragmatic. Today that someone was my brother. It wasn't that Marc lacked the pace. Early on, he managed to slip past Alex on the straight, but he immediately shifted strategy. Rather than gamble everything to keep his streak alive, Marc chose to ride with control, ensuring the rest of the pack never had a chance to close in. There are still 7 races left, he explained. The target is always the same. Keep the right mentality, don't overdo it, manage the bike, and manage the points. Sure, maybe I could have gone all in today, but it wasn't the time. Using Alex's slipstream to create space from the chasers, Marc admitted he knew his younger brother had the stronger rhythm. The decision was simple. Don't risk it all, protect the championship, and live to fight another day. Even before the lights went out, Ducati team boss Davide Tardosi had offered a reality check. Maybe today is the day you have to accept second, he told Marc in the garage. And for once, the prophecy came true. I've been saying since the summer break that at some point, someone would be faster than me, and I'd have to accept it, Marc said. Today, Davide reminded me of that. I tried, I pushed, but when I went into turn 10, I remembered what happened with Alex yesterday, and sometimes it's better to bring it home. For Marc, the race felt like déjà vu. Just a year ago at the same track, he found himself chasing Francesco Bagnaia in a similar stalemate. Exactly the same, he said with a smile. Last year, I followed Pecco all race long, and he had that little bit more in the end. Today it was Alex. Same story. But unlike some champions who bristle at defeat, Marquez sees silver linings. The most important thing in a championship is that at tracks where you struggle, you still finish close to the fastest guy. That's how you win titles. The result means Marquez won't be able to clinch the title next weekend in Misano. The earliest opportunity now shifts to Japan. But with such a commanding lead, the inevitability of a 9th world title feels intact. Barcelona was a bump, not a derailment. Meanwhile, Alex Marquez's triumph added an emotional twist. It was a symbolic victory, the younger brother finally outpacing the older one, not just in qualifying or in practice, but when it mattered most. For Marc, though, defeat hardly changes the bigger picture. At the end of the day, it's about staying calm, staying focused, and knowing when to push harder. This wasn't the day to do it, he said, still smiling, still in complete control of his destiny. The race was billed as just another opportunity for Marc to extend his dominance. He had swept to 7 consecutive Grand Prix victories and added another sprint race win on Saturday, just cementing his iron grip on the World Championship. But what unfolded on Sunday wasn't routine. It was raw, it was emotional, and honestly, it was a reminder that even the most decorated riders have limits. The spectacle of 2 brothers battling at the highest level of motorcycle racing brought an electricity that could be felt across the paddock. For Marc, the 8-time world champion and Ducati's jewel, victory was expected. For Alex, it was about proving that he belonged on the same stage, not just as Marc's brother, but as a legitimate contender in his own right. The race quickly settled into a duel between the two. Marc tried to unsettle Alex with his trademark aggressive lines, attempting a move at turn 3, and again at turn 10, the very corners where legends have been forged and mistakes have been punished. But every time he came close, Alex had an answer. Marc wasn't shy about confessing how deep he had to dig. I tried everything. I was over the limit in the last laps, he said, his words carrying the rare weight of vulnerability. I kept making mistakes at turn 7 and turn 10. At that point, I gave up. Sometimes it's not the moment to risk everything. This was no ordinary concession. For a rider known for miraculous saves, for dancing on the edge of disaster lap after lap, admitting defeat doesn't come easily. But in Catalunya, the limits were undeniable. Alex's pace was simply relentless, and Marc, ever the strategist, chose to play the long game. Maybe today I could have gone all in, he reflected, but it's not the time to do that. It's time to keep going, keep my focus, and manage the championship. For Alex, the win was more than just another victory. It was validation. He has already conquered Catalunya in Moto3 and Moto2, but winning here in MotoGP against the very best, against his own brother, was a defining career moment. Marc acknowledged, he's riding incredibly right now, especially here in Catalunya. And, well, Marc added, today, he was simply faster than me. With this result, Alex now sits second in the World Championship standings, making him the closest rival to his brother's march toward a 9th MotoGP crown. It also means the Marquez family is not just part of MotoGP history. They are MotoGP history. Behind the scenes, Ducati management had anticipated this scenario. Team boss Davide Tardosi reportedly told Marc before the race that Catalunya might be the day he'd have to accept second place. Marc confirmed the story afterward. Davide told me, "Maybe today's the day you won't win, but you have to try." And he was right. Sometimes second is good enough. The remark speaks volumes about Ducati's confidence in Marc's position. With a 182-point lead in the standings, the focus isn't on individual races anymore. It's on securing the championship without unnecessary risks. Marc's plan coming into Barcelona included the tantalizing possibility of clinching the MotoGP World Championship as early as Misano. But Alex's victory delayed that coronation, pushing the earliest match point to the Japanese Grand Prix. For fans, this is only good news. It means the drama is extended, the storylines enriched, and the brother versus brother subplot now impossible to ignore. There are still 7 races to go, Marc reminded the media. My target is the same: stay focused, control my limits, control the bike, and control the points. Perhaps the most powerful takeaway was Marc's candid acknowledgement of his brother's superiority. As I said on Thursday, there will be a day when I need to accept that somebody is faster than me. Today, that somebody was my little brother. It was a moment that transcended the scoreboard. To see one of the sport's fiercest competitors speak with such humility, especially after being beaten by family, underscored the unique human drama MotoGP provides. The Catalan showdown wasn't just another race. It was a statement that MotoGP is still full of surprises, even in a season where one man has seemed untouchable. For Marc, it was a reminder to balance ambition with patience. For Alex, it was a breakthrough that could define his career. As the paddock shifts its focus to Misano and beyond, one question lingers in the air. Will this be remembered as the race where Alex Marquez stepped out of his brother's shadow, or simply as the day Marc allowed him the spotlight before reclaiming his throne? Whatever the answer, one thing is certain: the Marquez saga just added another unforgettable chapter.